Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. Welcome to the road trip to Old Trafford. We're not swimming down, we might be swimming later. We've got the boats in the back, big boats in the back, paddles, snorkeling gear, swimming trunks, speedos, goggles, a lot. Francis here, my native fan, he's driving us down. So we're on our way to Old Trafford. Nice and early, we'll get there, to be fair, only a couple hours away now. The Theatre of Streams, we're going to be there tonight. Hopefully, we'll be having a very pleasant drive back as well. You looking forward to that drive back tonight, Francis?
I am.
It's going to be a little...
3 points.
Oh, 3 points. Are you confident?
3 points.
You're actually confident at 3 points? How do you reckon the game's going to go then?
I don't even know, to be fair. Like, unpredictable. Manchester United, that's what Man United are this season. We'll probably go down. Hughes will probably score first.
Hopefully.
That's what happens. But I mean, obviously the Arsenal game, it's a bit more optimistic. Everyone thinks Man United we're just going to fall apart there. We can't play. We need to play. Players need to earn the place in that FA Cup final team. So I think, and obviously Man United have still got Europe to play for, and obviously it's out of our hands in a respect. But yeah, they'll put a performance in. I'm certain of that. It's the last game of the season, last home game of the season. They've got it, and I think they will put a performance.
That's it. Like it's the last home game of the season for you. It's a big one. Obviously, it is 6 places still for grabs between ourselves, yourselves, and Chelsea. Yeah. But that FA Cup final, is that going to be a distraction, or do you think what you just said there, it's a chance for them to? Not
a distraction. I don't think. No, it's a chance to play yourself in at the starting 11. And who doesn't want to play in an FA Cup final? Because, as I says, also there is players coming back. So potentially the players who have been playing, they've been playing well, who have been playing in the starting 11, like your likes of Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, whatever. There's players coming back. Martinez is obviously back in the squad, so you'd think he'd come straight back in anyway for the final. But the likes of Anthony, Garnacho, they've got to prove a point because Rashford will be on their heels, trying to play himself, and ultimately Rashford will probably get straight back into the squad. But if you're Garnacho, and Ahmad and Anthony, like I says, they're going to want to obviously prove a point, as is the likes of Highland. I'm not sure if we'll see Martial again, but like I says, they've all got to play themselves. They've all got to basically prove that they can show up, because it's not a given, and I don't think Ten Hag's going to waste his time putting a starting 11 out there who's not going to put a performance in.
Because you've got 2 cracks at Europe, to be fair. Even if we do finish above you, you could still have the last laugh. If you managed to beat Man City in the FA Cup final, you would take that European spot. But that's going to be a hard game for United, surely.
Massive if for the FA Cup. Everyone's just going to expect it to turn over and get beat. I mean, last year I think we went down after about a minute, Rodri. So that was a bit of a kick in the teeth. But as I says, Man United is so unpredictable. But if there's one thing we can do, I think we can turn up. It is still a good team, believe it or not. Even though they haven't shown it much this year. I think they are capable of putting in performance, and I think once again what I said about Martinez, Varane, even though he's leaving, I think he's meant to be coming back. He might not be fit for tonight, but he'll definitely probably be fit for Brighton on the last game of the season in the FA Cup final. So I think it is optimistic, and with better players who have shown that we do play better football. So never say never. And obviously tonight is massive. Even though if Man United only win, they can only go 11 on points, and Newcastle have got much better goal difference, as have Chelsea, because Man United I think is still a minus, which is great.
Are you Ten Hag in or out then?
It's a difficult one, because I think the question always comes, the first thing on people's lips when you say is for Ten Hag is who's going to replace him.
There's not many out there, is
the
there?
Manager market's so poor. You're probably talking about Thomas Tuchel, etc., who's leaving Bayern. Would he want to go straight back into a job? I even seen a story he might be staying now, because I'm not sure.
They can't get anyone else, can they?
Can't get no one else. But Ten Hag hasn't just turned into a bad manager overnight. His Ajax team, I think, scored like 500 goals in the first 150 games. They play the style, and he's been constantly asked why he can't play the style. But you could also say that, has he been backed fairly? Has he got the players to enable to play that style he was playing at Ajax? And has he had a fair chance? And once again, the answer to that I suppose it's probably 50-50, because I suppose this season you have had your injuries. You know, you can't overlook that. So the players that he's got can't play the way which he wants. The players who've been available, and again, I always think back to, like, obviously Liverpool are probably looking at Arne Slot. Looks like he's going to be the next Liverpool manager.
That's
if Ten Hag was, yeah. If Ten Hag was still an Ajax manager, would the big teams be looking at Ten Hag? Yes, they would.
Yeah.
So he is still a good manager, but obviously the football hasn't been great. They haven't shown a real identity, and that's been the struggle. That's where you think, okay, like, you know, maybe he's not the man. And then there's the new ownership. They've brought in a lot of, they've brought in a lot of their own people, and it seems like they want to do things their way. It's not Ten Hag who decides the identity of the football. It's Jason Wilcox and and ultimately Dan Ashworth.
Dan Ashworth will be paying some money for him, eh?
Big Dan.
Stealing everyone. Dan Ashworth, tossing another bio.
Basically, that team looks like it's going to choose the
Southgate.
choose the identity. Big Southgate.
What's your thoughts on Southgate coming in?
It's straight away. It's a no, I suppose, for me, to be fair. He's done a lot for England, and he did do a bit of a cultural reset there, and that's what Man United need. But is he, is he the man for Man United? I'm not sure. I could say. I don't know. I just can't see it. I don't think he's the man.
No.
I don't think it's going to happen. No.
And then let's hear your thoughts about tonight. Then give us your score prediction for the game.
Score prediction. So I'm going to stand by what I said. I think Newcastle probably will score first, but I think Man United will come back. We've seen this scoreline a few times at Old Trafford this season, so I'll say 3-2 Man United.
3-2?
3-2 Man United.
I think there will be goals there. I think you're right. I'm going to go for a 3-1. I think we will score first. You'll equalise. I think we'll get 2 late goals. But honestly, it depends on our team. Like, I know you've got injuries, we've got injuries, as we have done throughout, but we've got some big players coming back. Nick Pope could start tonight, Trippier, Joe Linton. But the main issue is strikers for us. Like, if Isaac and Wilson aren't fit, that's a huge blow. Because I love the idea, I was saying to you when we first got in the car, about Isaac running at Casemiro. That's getting us excited. Johnny Evans, Anthony Gordon, these are things I'm looking forward to. This is the things I like to see in Newcastle. If they do at least get a result, meaning at least a draw, then we would finish above Man United for the first time ever in Premier League history.
We're
looking forward to that. That's what we're here for. And obviously the battle for European places as well. So there's a massive midweek game here at Old Trafford. We're only a couple hours away. Looking forward to it. Stay tuned for the matchday vlog, the full-time reaction, and a couple of fan cams as well. Drop your comments below, Peter, what you think the score is going to be, how the game's going to play out. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.